Hello, I'm the Marrying Lady. I'm a wedding officiant in Toronto, Ontario, and I'm here to give a few quick tips on fun things that you can add to your wedding ceremony. So after you do your vows, there's typically something that symbolizes the exchange of those vows in a very tangible, physical, real kind of a way. And typically that's done with rings, and then rings become the symbols of the reminders that you've made a pledge to one another. But there are other aspects that you can also add to the ceremony, which can make it quite fun. So obviously, one that's out there that is very popular is the sand ceremony, where you each have two different vessels with different colored sand, and you come together and you pour the sand in together, and it creates a beautiful mingling of those two colors of sand and your lives now joining together as one. You can also have two tapered candles. This is often done in the Filipino tradition, where family members or the two of you can each have a candle, each lighting one candle, a beautiful big candle that you get to keep in your home. Another one is blessing of the rings. Typically, I don't recommend this with large crowds because your rings can go missing, but at least having your family members hold on to your rings and put their good wishes into it. Another way you could do it is wishing stones. Get a number of river rocks. People can either write little messages on them for you, or they can hold them during the ceremony, and then all those stones go into one container, and you can forever see those stones, pick them up, play with them, and know that people put good wishes on your wedding day into those stones. You can honor your parents as part of the process of getting them to stand, giving them flowers, or even just acknowledging that they brought you to where you are today. The other one that I particularly like is the wine ceremony. So you have a bottle of, rosé, or you have a bottle of white wine and a bottle of red wine, and you each have glasses. Nice big oversized glasses are great for visual effects, and you pour it into one cup, and then you each share from one cup. Another one is the tree sampling or tree planting. So you come together and you basically want to wear some good gloves and have a nice clean site you'll want to take care of the logistics for this, but basically someone brings you a tree sapling, and then you will plant it together and then take it to a special place where you'll forever get to see it grow. But ultimately, anything that you do should really not come from the outside and go, well, that's a great idea, let's just do it because it looks like fun. Try and think of things that you do together that's meaningful for the two of you. So if you like to paint, or if you like to be creative, you could also do things like get one paint, get something, and you can each splash paint on it. Or of course they have it so that guests do that as well. But then forevermore, that was the one painting where everything came together on your wedding day, and there were splashes of paints from everybody to remind you. The other thing that I've seen is using clay, where you each put your hands on top of each other and you press it in the clay, and it forever creates that imprint. But be creative. You can come up with anything you want. For example, I had a couple from two very different parts of the world. One was from Hong Kong and one was from Indonesia. And so I said, what about, they both had sweet tooths. So I said, what about, if you each had sweets that you grew up with or that you remember as a child, and you feed them to each other. It's like the sharing of those sweets. So think about the things that really mean a lot to you, and then just have fun with it, and just know that you can do anything you want as long as it means the coming together. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that sits in your home forever, but it's just something that physically symbolizes that your relationships are now joining as one. So I hope that was helpful, and if you have any extra ideas or tips, please feel free to add them to the bottom of my video blog, and I'm happy to add them to the list and put them up on my site. Thank you so much for listening. A lot of this can be shared on my website, themarryinglady.com, on my blog. Thanks. Bye.